St. Patrick's Day is upon us once again, and you know what that means. Yes, green beer, Reuben sandwiches, and parades. And maybe something about a St. Patrick who lived a long time ago? Well, I'm no better than most of you. I didn't really know much about St. Patrick or who he was or why we have a holiday named after him, but I thought I'd change that. Joe St. Eggs shared this book as part of his Saints library a few months ago, and I thought, hey, that looks like a nice introduction. I'm going to pick it up. So I did, and here it is. This is a just a really thin volume put out by, I believe it's Catholic Book Publishing. This one is a faux leather with a green gilding. It's kind of cool. Just a glued binding, not anything real fancy. I believe it's available in a paperback. And we've got an embossed cross, St. Patrick, his confession, and other works. And what we'll see we have inside are some works of Patrick and some related materials that work well to give an introduction to him. Paste down liner. And yep, Catholic Book Publishing Company, New Jersey. Fix my exposure. There's an illustration of Patrick, Bishop and Apostle of Ireland. And this was put out in 2019, and there's the ISBNs for the paperback, and it says hardcover. I'm guessing that's this one. It's not really a hardcover. Yeah, it's this one. It's a faux leather. And what we get inside, we get Patrick's confession and his letter to Coroticus. I'm not sure I'm saying that right. These are just some works from Patrick's own hand. I'm not going to go into all that. You can probably find a lot of this stuff online, but I think the thing that struck me from reading Patrick's writings was just a real concern and care for the people of Ireland, for bringing the Christian faith to them, and for living his life in a very holy manner, and turning from past sins, and really just giving himself to Christ to serve the people of Ireland and to spread the faith. It was really nice to be able to read these things that he wrote. And then that was followed by, there's this entry on St. Patrick. It was from an old, I think it was from like an old Catholic encyclopedia, it said. Yes, 1911 edition of the Catholic Encyclopedia. This was written by an archbishop, Cardinal Moran. And I like it because it gives a history of Patrick and some stories, and it gives some of the stories of his life, some of which we would say maybe today would not make it into like a very kind of impartial scientific sort of encyclopedia. It gets into some miraculous activities, things like that. Makes for a lot more interesting reading, I think, than a typical textbook entry today. So I appreciated them including that, and it was really fascinating. Some parts maybe even a little strange. And then that's followed by, we've got this really wonderful homily that was given by Pope John Paul II when he was in Ireland in 1979. And if you know your Irish history, this is in the time of the Troubles in Ireland, and a time of a lot of just horrible violence, and a very divided land and people. And he gave this wonderful homily on the need for peace, on doing away with violence, and the violence just has no place in the Christian life, and encouraging people to turn towards peace. This was really wonderful. I enjoyed this a lot. I also have an interest, passing interest in the Troubles. I haven't done a lot of study on it, but I enjoyed how he used Patrick's life and his chance to visit Ireland to seek peace. And there's a novena to St. Patrick, and I'll admit I don't know what a novena is, but it seems to be like a prayer service. If you are Catholic or no, tell me in the comments below. Let us know what is a novena. But it's based on this. It's called the breastplate of St. Patrick or the shield of St. Patrick. St. Patrick's breastplate is one of the prayers. There's a couple they use throughout to base this on, and there's some wonderful things I liked in Patrick's prayer. Just see, like, I summon today all these powers between me and those evils, against every cruel, merciless power that may oppose my body and soul. Just really praying for God's protection and strength against evil, against idolatry, anything that corrupts man's body and soul. Really wonderful. And there's some great readings throughout this that go with that. There's parts of this I would use. This gets, if you follow the channel, you know I'm a Protestant. Parts of this get a bit more, I'd say, Catholic. There's parts I wouldn't use myself, but overall, I think it's a lot of it's fairly universal. And then the last thing in here, that's set up for several days, so it's a little bit long. There we go. And the last thing is official Mass of St. Patrick. So actually, that's the second to last thing. The last thing, here we go, is further reading. So he offers some suggestions for other books to check out if you're interested in Patrick and the world that he lived in. For me, though, I think this was enough to kind of just quench my curiosity and to actually feel I know a little more about St. Patrick and who he was and why he's celebrated. And this is something I will revisit in future years during this time of year. So have a happy St. Patrick's Day. Please be safe, enjoy it, and we'll see you for the next one. God bless.